Well, hi, I'm Phil Daniels, president of Indiana region of ArkMalibu, and started my journey with ArkMalibu years ago when I had met some of the officers of the firm and actually shared some clients and saw just the remarkable outcome and attention and dedication that the ArkMalibu team had with selling their one-time transaction, and was intrigued and built a relationship with Peter and Renee and the rest of the team over the course of the years, became a senior advisor. And not only wanted to carry a bag in Indiana and beyond and kind of represent and evangelize that message of what sell-side advisory work is and focus on the one-time seller and really being transparent in the process, but actually want to jump into work as well. So in recent months, I've had the chance to work on some deals and projects, and it's been just enlightening. And I'm an operator at heart, so to work across the table and alongside other owners, founders, and entrepreneurs and sellers has been a dream come true. ArkMalibu has enjoyed obviously a legacy business in Cincinnati and beyond, and represented clients well outside of Ohio. And as we look at sort of the next generation, there's just a lot of opportunity to expand what we do, and that sell-side playbook, and really the idea of being independent from that seller and seller only plays in all 50 states. So a lot of our growth ambitions are really finding strategic pockets where we know our values align with that lower middle market or middle market operator, and they appreciate our history and our focus to help them. So a lot of our future growth will be informed by, kind of what markets we identify where we can really have an impact, not only in representing those businesses, but we realize that those owners and families often are staples in their community, and the impact of that business and transaction has a legacy to it that we take very seriously. And again, want to look outside of, kind of our traditional footprint to do that. As an operator and founder of multiple businesses, I've raised capital, I've bought companies, I've sold companies. And so banking or investment banking, often requires a lack of transparency, or I would say sharp elbows. It's very much kind of hunt what you eat, and it's easy to kind of have missional drift as an organization. And ArkMalibu isn't in that camp. I think the course of a 30-year, history of a company shows kind of who you are and who you aren't. And the one thing that I have just found is a point of difference, again, not only as what could be a proposed, user as an operator and former business leader, but now, actually on the team, is this independence piece that ArkMalibu has really hung their hat on. So this idea that we are going to represent sellers and sellers only, and there's temptations every day. We get inbound interest and referrals and good word of mouth to help people, on the buy side, or to help folks maybe raise capital, or some of the traditional functions when you think of investment banking. And I just always appreciated, how different ArkMalibu is, and not just saying that they're seller only, but truly operationally are seller only, and it's not negotiable. It really makes us different. When I think of ArkMalibu and sort of the storied history of who the firm has become, oftentimes that's traced to really the two visionaries and founders, and Peter and Renee. And having known them over the years, I've just seen how they complement each other in a really meaningful way. So you have Renee, who obviously really deep technical Wall Street experience, and has had his hand not only leading public companies as CEO, but with a lot of really notable transactions as well on the sell side. And then Peter, obviously has his experience in spades, but I don't know if I've met anyone that has just more relational currency and focus. I've just seen him develop and build a reputation, but do it in a meaningful and authentic way. So even within our shared, circles and connections and networks, when I say Peter, I say ArkMalibu, folks know who that is in a very positive light. That they met Peter 10, 20 years ago, and he still manages to have a mechanism to follow up and know about their family, know about their businesses, and express his values. So I've always appreciated just the marriage that those two have to really lead the business. Outside of ArkMalibu, I'm really passionate about leading our family. My wife and I have two boys, one of which is an adoptive son that has always been a passion point for us in our states. We've been a licensed foster home for a number of years, and have just seen, really sort of the plight of a lot of the rural communities where kids, are lacking a home, and maybe folks, their parents might have substance abuse or been incarcerated, and it's just a cyclical effect on our communities. And we've always been passionate about stepping in and helping. So fostered a number of kids, and then that came to fruition about 2 years ago when we adopted, our younger son, which has just been an incredible journey. And then within our family, we have a culture around food and travel. We, maintain a large family garden with the help of other siblings. And I would actually say it's a mini farm. It's about 3 acres, and we divide up the task. But the bounty of that often is not just in the summer, but we spend a lot of time canning and freezing and saving, saving the produce, and then that informs a lot of our cooking. So, we cook probably 5 nights a week, as a family, and great food and great restaurants often are in wonderful places around the world, so that we travel to eat. You can eat to live or live to eat, and food and wine are a big part of our culture as a family.